David Hartley, 1705 to 1757, an English philosopher, physician, and psychologist, made significant contributions to the fields of philosophy and psychology, particularly through his theories of associationism and the mind-body connection. Hartley's associationist philosophy, which proposed that mental processes are a result of associations formed through sensory experience, challenged contemporary thought and laid the foundation for modern cognitive psychology. His work also bridged the divide between the physical and mental realms, recognizing the deep interconnection between the mind and the body long before modern medicine and psychology began exploring this relationship in depth. This video aims to explore the life of David Hartley and the lessons we can learn from his philosophical contributions. These lessons range from the importance of empirical observation to the power of associations, the holistic connection between mind and body, and the resilience required to overcome intellectual opposition. Hartley's interdisciplinary approach to knowledge, blending philosophy, medicine, and psychology, offers timeless insights into how we can improve our personal well-being, intellectual growth, and approach to life. Early life and background. David Hartley was born on May 30, 1705, in Armscote, Warwickshire, England, into a family with a strong religious background. His father, Thomas Hartley, was a rector, and his upbringing was steeped in Christian values. However, it was not the ecclesiastical influences that primarily shaped Hartley's future, rather, it was his early exposure to a wide range of intellectual influences, including the works of philosophers like John Locke and the emerging scientific theories of his time. Hartley initially pursued a medical education at the University of Oxford. During his studies, he became deeply influenced by the empiricist philosophy of John Locke, who emphasized the importance of sensory experience in the formation of knowledge. Hartley's medical training provided him with a detailed understanding of the human body and its functions, which, combined with his philosophical studies, led him to develop his unique theories about the connection between mind and body. It was at Oxford that Hartley began to formulate the ideas that would later become central to his work, particularly his theory of associationism. Hartley's intellectual journey was also shaped by the broader intellectual climate of 18th century England. The Enlightenment era was marked by an emphasis on reason, scientific inquiry, and empirical observation, and Hartley was very much a product of this time. The scientific revolution and the work of thinkers like Isaac Newton had created a culture of inquiry that sought to understand the natural world through observation and experimentation. This context set the stage for Hartley's development of a philosophy grounded in empirical evidence and physiological understanding. Philosophical foundations, associationism and psychology. At the heart of Hartley's philosophy was his theory of associationism, which proposed that all mental phenomena arise from the association of ideas based on sensory experiences. Hartley's view was that the human mind is shaped by the sensory impressions we receive from the world around us. When we experience something through our senses, it leaves an imprint on our minds, and over time, these impressions become linked together to form associations. For example, if a person repeatedly hears a certain sound while simultaneously experiencing a certain event or feeling, the sound and the event become associated in their mind. As a result, the sound may eventually evoke the same emotional or cognitive response as the event itself. This is the essence of associationism. Mental life consists of the links between sensory experiences and ideas, which are learned through repeated exposure and connection. Hartley's associationist philosophy was influenced by the empiricist tradition, particularly the works of John Locke, who argued that all knowledge originates from sensory experience. However, Hartley expanded upon Locke's ideas by incorporating a physiological understanding of how sensory experiences are encoded in the brain. He proposed that ideas are linked through vibrations of the nervous system, which are the physical correlates of mental associations. This was a novel idea at the time and would later inspire thinkers in the field of psychology, such as William James and John Stuart Mill, who would further develop the theory of associationism. Hartley's work on associationism had a profound impact on the development of early psychology. His emphasis on the physiological basis of mental processes prefigured later theories in cognitive psychology and neuroscience, where researchers would explore how the brain forms connections between sensory inputs and mental representations. His associationist theory also laid the groundwork for the study of learning and memory, as it highlighted the role of repeated associations in shaping human behavior. Body-mind connection, bridging medicine and philosophy. As a trained physician, Hartley was particularly interested in the connection between the mind and the body. His medical background led him to believe that the mind and body were not separate entities, as was often assumed by philosophers and scientists of the time. Instead, Hartley argued that mental and physical states were intimately connected, and that changes in one could directly affect the other. In his medical practice, Hartley observed the impact of emotional states on physical health. He recognized that mental disorders could manifest as physical symptoms, and conversely, that physical ailments could influence a person's mental state. Hartley's recognition of this mind-body connection was ahead of his time, as it prefigured the modern understanding of psychosomatic health, the idea that emotional and psychological factors can contribute to physical illness. Hartley's view of the mind-body connection was also influenced by his associationist philosophy. He believed that the vibrations in the nervous system that formed mental associations could also affect physical health. For example, if a person experienced a traumatic event that left a lasting mental impression, the resulting emotional distress could manifest in physical symptoms, such as headaches or fatigue. Conversely, physical illness could lead to changes in a person's mental state, such as depression or anxiety. This holistic view of the mind and body laid the foundation for modern practices in medicine and psychology. Today, the field of psychophysiology continues to explore the connections between mental and physical health, and Hartley's ideas are still relevant in understanding the role of stress, emotions, and mental health in overall well-being. Key lessons from Hartley's work. 1. Empirical observation. One of the key lessons we can learn from Hartley's work is the importance of empirical observation. Hartley's philosophy was grounded in the idea that knowledge should be based on sensory experience and that we should rely on observation to understand the world. He argued that ideas and mental states are formed through associations based on sensory impressions, and that the best way to learn about the mind is to study how it responds to the world around it. This lesson encourages us to pay attention to the world around us and to be mindful of the experiences that shape our thoughts and behaviors. In an age of digital distractions and constant information bombardment, taking time to observe our surroundings and reflect on our experiences can help us better understand our thoughts, feelings, and actions. 2. Holistic approach. Hartley's view of the mind-body connection reminds us of the importance of a holistic approach to health and well-being. His recognition that mental and physical health are interconnected highlights the need to care for both our minds and bodies. In today's world, where mental health is often treated separately from physical health, Hartley's integrated approach is a reminder that true well-being requires attention to both aspects of our lives. This lesson encourages us to adopt a balanced approach to health, ensuring that we nurture both our physical and mental well-being. Regular physical activity, proper nutrition, mindfulness practices, and emotional support are all essential components of a healthy lifestyle. 3. Associations and their power. The power of associations is one of the most enduring lessons from Hartley's work. Hartley's theory suggests that our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are shaped by the associations we form between sensory experiences and ideas. By understanding the power of these associations, we can begin to reshape our habits, attitudes, and emotional responses. For example, someone who has developed a negative association with public speaking may experience anxiety when asked to give a presentation. By consciously breaking this association and replacing it with positive experiences, such as practicing in a supportive environment, the person can gradually overcome their fear. This lesson teaches us that our mental patterns are not fixed and that we have the ability to change them through new associations. 4. Adaptability and resilience. Hartley faced significant opposition to his theories, particularly from thinkers like Thomas Reid, who criticized his ideas on associationism. Despite this, Hartley remained dedicated to his work and continued to refine his theories. His perseverance in the face of criticism is a powerful reminder of the importance of resilience and adaptability in the pursuit of knowledge and personal growth. In our own lives, we can draw strength from Hartley's example. Whether we face intellectual opposition or personal challenges, the ability to stay resilient and adapt to changing circumstances is essential for progress. Hartley's work teaches us that persistence, even in the face of setbacks, is key to achieving success and advancing our understanding. 5. Reflection and self-awareness. Hartley's philosophy also emphasizes the importance of reflection and self-awareness. By examining our thoughts and experiences, we can learn from them and make better decisions moving forward. Reflection allows us to gain insight into our mental processes and identify areas for improvement. In practical terms, this means taking time for introspection, journaling, or mindfulness practices that help us understand our emotions and thought patterns. By becoming more self-aware, we can make more informed choices and build stronger, healthier relationships with ourselves and others. 6. Mind over matter. One of Hartley's most profound insights is the idea that the mind has a powerful influence on the body. His work suggested that mental states could affect physical health, and vice versa. This lesson encourages us to recognize the power of our thoughts and emotions in shaping our physical and emotional well-being. For example, practicing positive thinking and managing stress can have a tangible impact on our health. This lesson reminds us that mental wellness is an essential component of overall health and that our thoughts can have a real impact on our physical reality. 7. Pursuit of knowledge. Hartley's lifelong dedication to acquiring knowledge across various fields, medicine, philosophy, and psychology, reminds us of the value of continuous learning. His interdisciplinary approach to knowledge underscores the importance of curiosity and intellectual growth. This lesson teaches us to be lifelong learners, always seeking to expand our knowledge and understanding. Whether through formal education, self-study, or simply staying curious about the world around us, the pursuit of knowledge is a key component of personal and intellectual growth. 8. Practical application of knowledge. Finally, Hartley's work was not confined to theoretical musings, it had practical applications in medicine, psychology, and everyday life. His commitment to applying knowledge to real-world problems serves as a reminder that ideas are most valuable when they can be used to solve practical issues. In our own lives, this means seeking ways to apply the knowledge we gain in meaningful ways. Whether in our careers, personal lives, or communities, we can make a difference by using our skills and insights to address real-world challenges. Conclusion: Legacy and timeless lessons. David Hartley's life and work offer profound insights into the nature of the human mind, the body-mind connection, and the power of associations in shaping our thoughts, behaviors, and experiences. His interdisciplinary approach to philosophy, psychology, and medicine laid the groundwork for modern psychological theories and provided practical lessons for achieving greater well-being. Hartley's emphasis on empirical observation, resilience, holistic health, and the pursuit of knowledge resonates just as powerfully today as it did in the 18th century. By applying his lessons in our own lives, whether through mindful observation, self-awareness, or understanding the mind-body connection, we can improve our mental, emotional, and physical health and continue to grow as individuals. In a rapidly changing world, the timeless wisdom of David Hartley reminds us that the mind and body are interconnected, and that the journey towards self-improvement and intellectual growth is one that requires continuous reflection, resilience, and a commitment to lifelong learning.